So this is the Urbano Loft Bed. So basically it's a king size bed. In this layout it has only one set of stairs, but it can have two. So the idea is that you get a lot of storage under the stairs. You know, you have these deep drawers. And then you have a night table up there. And of course you have to get used to go up and down your bed. But except for this pipe here, it's easy that you get out of bed and you just like stand here and then you walk down. So, you know, it's easy to come in and out. And here you get an extra closet. So you get a lot of storage. And then under the bed, you can get a home office, 2 desks with a drawer each, file cabinets here. So you get a home office on one side, and on the other side, you can get a little bed for occasional sleepovers, for your drunk friend that cannot drive back home.
And this works on
It has a piston to counterbalance the weight of the bed.
It's smooth.
Yeah.
So is the idea that this could be a whole unit, like a house within a house?
Yes. I mean, first of all, real estate in cities got so expensive that anybody that has a bit of a high ceiling, they're always trying to use that height of the room. And if you don't have high ceilings, then, okay, we just do a sitting area underneath. And the advantage of this is that it's modular. This is one unit, this is another unit, and this here is like 3 units. Let's say you move, you don't need the bed, and you have only space for 2, you can use these 2 because they're finished in between this part that you don't see. So if you separate the cabinets, that side is gonna look good. If this was a built-in, it probably wouldn't be finished inside. So here, even the backs are finished. So you can use these cabinets against the wall, or you can use them freestanding. So this one is called the tuck bed. It's, you know, what people call Murphy beds because they sort of tuck away. This is a modular system that is designed for like small apartments also, or maybe for a guest bedroom. And you can have a Murphy bed. You can have, this was designed as a standing desk. You can have a little laptop here, supposed to have a drawer. And on this side, you get a little storage, you know, some drawers. So this could be in let's say in a guest bedroom in an apartment, or let's say it's your home office and you have a desk on one wall, and on the other wall you have this for an occasional visit. It's very flat. It only takes like 15 inches, so it doesn't shrink the room so much. It's like a handle leg. I like it like simple and low tech, because in my experience in furniture, the first thing that fails is the hardware. It's not going to be the wood. It's going to be any mechanism that you put is the first thing is going to fail. Yeah, it's like a connector. It's a very simple thing. It's just a connector that is locked.
Down here you just have a...
There we have the pistons that hold the weight, and then a hinge that I designed specifically for the bed. It's like a handle leg. I like to keep it simple when it comes to the hardware, and especially any moving parts.
So you have to do it right in order to make it so simple.
You have to do it right, and usually it takes, you know, several prototypes. You don't get it right at first. These are old sketches. Look from. You do one prototype, you do another one, and then you build a few, and you improvement. We're always improving the furniture. This is like a bed floating in a, going wall to wall. There's a long tradition of architects designing furniture, so it wasn't unusual. And then when I moved to New York, there was, in the early 90s, there was not much work for architects. So I was doing this furniture for myself, and that became the first prototypes. This is the first thing I did. And this was actually for myself. So I did this little stool. The legs were just a bit longer. And then a friend of mine suggested, oh, this would look so good for kids. Why don't you do kids furniture? I was like, why not? So after doing this little stool, I started making these chairs, and I thought this was just going to be like a little side gig, but then I got more orders, and next thing I had to open a shop and start making it.
And forget about architecture.
And architecture gradually faded. This is our loft bed. I've been doing this bed for more than 15 years. You get a desk on one side that is adjustable, and it's a height where even an adult can sit. So a lot of what we do, of course, is informed by the customer. You know, people come, they tell us the story. We need this, we're living here, but we're moving in 3 years, what can we do? So, you know, over the years, you learn to think in that way. Here's where it all starts. Yeah, we store the plywood. Mainly we use birch, but now we are using a walnut. This dark one is a walnut, and this one is oak, and this is birch. And we also do a white finish and a gray finish. I like plywood because you can do big surfaces that you cannot do with solid wood, but it's also more efficient. You use up a lot of the tree. And we design around the size of the sheet of plywood that is 4x8 so that we have very little waste. So it all starts here, and then it moves to the CNC router. Here's where we cut everything. And then the router that is programmed already would cut all the shapes that we need.
Is this the reason you can do custom furniture, and because of the CNC?
Not necessarily. We were doing custom furniture before the CNC. I've been doing custom furniture for 20-something years. The reason that we can do all of these custom kids' rooms is because we work directly with the families. We don't work with showrooms or a retailer or a distributor, because we talk directly with the end user, so then we can pick on all the details and know exactly what's going on. Design it for the room, even though a lot of times it's a standard product, because there are some bunk beds that we do them again and again and again. This is one of our most popular bunk beds. It's called the cabin. This one converts into 2 beds. You can separate it here. So you have, here's the bottom bed, and this is the top bed. So when the kids grow,
It's very light.
oh, they're light and very sturdy. I mean, this is always the challenge in furniture, is that you want to make it as strong as possible and as light as possible, because you want to make it light so it's easy to ship and easy for the customer to assemble. It's only one kind of screw, and it comes apart in enough pieces that I can ship it UPS. It's very strong. I mean, if you want to see the test of strength, if I don't hit my head here, I can, like, you know, jump on top of a... So this is another one. This one we call the low, because it's very low. So the bottom mattress is right on the floor. So it's for lower ceilings in the room. This one also converts into 2 beds. I like very much things built in a simple way. We use a simple joinery with these bolts that are very strong. A lot of people do crazy things to hide the screws, and I like showing them. My designs are very informed by the construction method. In this case, is the choice of the material, the plywood, the fact that I use a CNC also, so I cut shapes, and I don't care what the shapes are, because for the machine it's the same amount of work. This, I think, was the first bunk bed we created. It's called the Merino, because initially it was all like round holes, a bit inspired in boats and marine theme. So now we have other versions of the rail, and they don't necessarily have to have all these circles. I mean, there's always something you can tweak, add, or, you know, that is like a little night table. These are hanging trays. You can attach it anywhere. I mean, you can put it in the bottom bed. It's like a car, it's like a computer. You can have the same model, but then next year you do a little change, or an improvement, or maybe you just add a color and you finish. And also we have a solution where you attach it to the side. So this can come out from there. And this one actually was designed as a desk. This one will go in 2 slots here.
Put it down here.
Yeah, this one doesn't have the slots because it's by request. Yeah. When it comes to standard products, maybe it's not so necessary to do my stuff. But if you need something that you won't find as a standard product, that's when it makes more difference. So one of the kids can sleep here and then give this to a visiting relative, for example. But also, you know, 2 kids can sleep here. And then it also has the stairs, the typical stairs with very deep drawers. So if you have a tight space and you need to use every inch. The 2 bottom ones are very deep, and you need a solution that is out of the standard, then it really pays off to do custom. So this would give you the capacity of a large dresser, and you have at the same time stairs that make it very comfortable to go up and down. And they don't take much more space than a ladder. And then we do this handrail, makes it easy and safe to go up and down. It's also very good for the parents because someone has to go up and make the bed, or you want to lie in bed and read a book with your kid. The stairs make it very easy for anybody to go up. We have these scaled models. They're 1/3 of the size. Now, if you just need a regular bunk bed, there you can argue one way or the other. Okay, do you want to spend more money, get something better quality, or am I happy with this? But there's some situations where we do things that nobody can do, that you're not going to find something ready-made. So I've had customers that tell me, okay, I spend $10,000 in this room, but you saved me $100,000 from moving because they had extra kids, twins came, and so they're like, okay, either we move to a bigger home and spend a ton of money, or we spend a good amount in furniture that is going to be still movable and modular, but then we can put 2 kids in this room or 3 instead of 1.
Oh boy!